Welcome to Proof of Concept channel. Today we are going to see proof of concept about Python Pandas, how to read CSVs using Python Pandas. Before we go into the session, about Pandas. Pandas is a Python's library for data analysis. Pandas has more than 200 plus attributes and methods. This is started by Wes McKinley in 2008. Now, this is a powerful and flexible quantitative analysis tools. In the recent days, if you see, Python has grown into one of the most popular Python libraries. It has an extremely active community of contributors, which is a good resource for anybody to start and continue using. Now, today, the Panda data frames are widely used in data science, machine learning, scientific computing, and many other data intensive fields. Big data, anything you can use this. Objective of today's session is the proof of concept is to understand how to read CSVs using Pandas. Steps involved in this process: load required libraries, assign data to lists, create data frame, print output, exporting the results to CSV, sort orders ascending, sort orders descending, and read top and bottom data, reading random samplings. I'll start with importing Panda library. Before we start running any of the Panda related libraries, you need to import them. So I'm importing Pandas as PA. So it is imported now. How to assign data of lists? I am assigning bunch of data for our test. In Boston, if you see in across the US, the house prices are extremely going crazy. So I'm taking in data set from Boston, various cities in Boston. Is basically a top 10 cities in Boston and their price of the houses. So that's the data we are using for today's test. How to create data frame? You need to assign a data frame. I'm actually passing all the data I defined above, the town as well as the typical house value, all of this into a data variable, and I am creating a new one, df. It's a data frame for a sampling, and I'm assigning the Panda library pa dot data frame of data. So I'm passing all this data, the lists data, into a data frame, and the same is being assigned to a new variable df, reference as data frame. So now I am printing the same output here. So print of df. So now all the data is saved in data frame. Now I am printing the same. So the data frame is now printed. So these are all the top 18 you can take, top 18 or 19, Weston, Wellesley, Dover. These are like some of the towns in Boston and the typical house values. So that's how we are printing the list. So now I'm exporting the same result into the CSV. So I'm using the command toCSV function, df.toCSV, and I'm saying my own user-defined name, demo panda.csv. So with this, I'm sending all this list values into a CSV file. So this CSV file is what we will be using for our manipulations. Now I am doing the sort order. You can do the sorting by using a sort underscore values function. So I'm using the field, the town field, for my sorting. So this will be an alphabetical sort. So because I'm using the town field, it's doing an alphabetical sort. So you can see all these, different values now in the alphabetical order: Arlington, Belmont, Brooklyn, to towards Winchester. So accordingly, the values, typical house value, will be automatically aligned. You can change the value here if you want, and then do the sort again. Now I'm doing the same sort in descending order. So I gave the same function sort values. Instead of passing just town, which is a column, I'm also passing ascending equal to false. So by default, you are saying it's descending order. So you see, it's just the reverse. Next, how to sort the same output in descending order. So here I am using the sort value function, df.sort value of, I'm using the column town again. So instead of just passing the town, I'm saying ascending equal to false. So by default, you can see all the town name is in the descending order. So now, to make our further execution much simple, I'm storing this whole output. So in that case, we don't need to run the read CSV again and again. So I am introducing a new variable, POC TV demo. So where I'm saying, the Python library pa.read CSV of, I'm passing my CSV, which I created above. You can see here, demo underscore panda.csv, demo underscore panda.csv, and the names equal to, I'm saying these are my two columns, town and typical house value. So what this does, you are basically assigning all of this CSV values into a new variable, POC TV underscore demo, so that I don't need to, run the read CSV every time. So I have the town. If I run this here, so you will see the town and then the typical value from the CSV. So this is now stored in the POC TV demo. So further manipulations, how to read only first few lines from CSV. So there are some manipulations where you need to check what is the top and then bottom. So for that you can use head command. So in the pandas libraries, you have a lot of functions, predefined ones. You can use the head one here. So I'm saying POC TV underscore demo, where I have stored all the CSV, head of. So it is listing first few lines, you can see here. So it's not, basically we have lot, but we are listing only few values from the top. And same way, I want few from the bottom, just to make sure the list is complete. You can do some head and tail functions to quickly fit some details. Instead of collecting millions and printing them every time, you can make sure these easy ones, quick check using a head and tail, that basically confirms, okay, start and end value is always same, and you don't need to do like a million record listing every time. So now I'm doing same POC TV demo dot tail of function. So you can see the last few values is being listed, town and then typical house value. So if I run again, I just changed this T to caps. So you can see it's now different. T become caps. So got the results here. This is the last few lines tailing. So similarly, you could ask, how can I do only desired number of lines? It's a POC TV demo dot, you're passing the variable, and then say use the head function. Now pass additional parameter number 10. So it fetches only the desired number of records. You see, now it's bunch. So same way, a sampling, you can also do some random samplings in various research techniques and machine learning techniques, or various other necessities. You might need to do some random sampling results. This function is very useful during such cases. You don't want to pick a specific one because you have a million records. The sampling techniques is a very good one. So in industries in olden days, the sampling is done in a way, using a small hoop cup. They basically stacking like a thousands of sack. So rice is being stacked in one of the storage, and then sugar is being stacked in one of the storage. It might be like a several sacks you could see. So during the inspection process, the inspector won't basically open every sack to check whether is it a rice or a sugar or anything else or a spice. They have the hoop cup. They just insert in one sack and they get it. Oh, okay, this is rice. Now during that time, they randomly pick a sack and then try it. Similarly, they'll do it on the other stack, which is a sugar. So by this way, you can segregate and see, do a quality check, whether is it stacked in the same order at the same time. The quality of material you can see from a random sampling. Okay, this is sample of the whole stack. So likewise, you can do few random samples. But the interesting fact here is, every time you do in a different sack, you get the almost same material, but the quality can be checked, or from a different variety, or you can just make sure everything is same, or is it different. So the same technique is being applied in the Pandas sampling mechanism. You can see the sample of function. I'm passing my POC TV demo dot sample of. The interesting here is, you see, you got an Arlington 680K results. So this is the sampling you got when I ran this, right? Now I'm gonna try doing the sampling function again. The result will be different. See, now we got a Winchester, and now Concord, now Arlington. So it'll basically take a pretty random combination. So now you got a Kohas. So likewise, you can make sure whether are we getting a right random samples from a huge several million trillion data sets. So that's a very good function. And at the same time, how to read a desired number of random sampling. This is just one, right? So as I said, the inspector might check from a several sack instead of one, right? So the same way you can say, okay, I want a random sampling, but not just one, I need a bunch. So I am doing a random sampling of passing another parameter 3. So you can see now 3 results came in. So this is Sherborne, Hingham, and Lincoln. But if I do again, I'll get another 3 random. And as you wish, you can increase this to several different, I'm increasing it to 4. So I get a 4, and then you can increase it to 6. So how many number you want, you can increase that many number until that you reach the end of the file. So every time I run, you get a different set of results, which is the interesting one here. I hope you enjoyed watching this Python Pandas part 1. So with the next session, we will see with more interesting samples.